All right, guys. So now that we kind of understood what was responsive design, let's go ahead and start building our website. So I'm going to start off by pressing F on my keyboard, which is the shortcut for getting a frame. And I'm going to choose this desktop, which is 1440. All right. I'm going to go ahead and quickly call this website. All right, great. Now, what we're going to do is going to start off by making the background color black because the website is black in color. So I'm going to go out to the fill and just change that to black. And once I do that, I'm going to click on the grid icon and then I'm going to click on the plus. And this is where we're going to start building our design system because we want to put in all our colors. So I'm going to start off by calling this black and I'm going to say create style. What's going to happen is when I click away and when I've not selected any element, we get this panel where we get the background color of, background color is basically this canvas. And then we've got the local styles, which is our black color. Now, when we create text styles, that will also come over here. But since we created only black, it's going to stay right here. Okay, so let's start off by bringing in our logo. All right. Now here in the reference, I just created a simple logo and the persona for this particular project is going to be Robin Williams. I do not know who he is, but I just do know that he is a product designer based in Italy, right? So that's it. I just made a fake name and, a fake logo. All right. And all the assets will actually be down below in the description of the video. So you can download the project file where you can have all access to all these assets. So, or you can definitely use your own logo if you want. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to come here to the website and I'm going to go ahead and paste it, right? There we go. Now, a couple of things that we want to define, right? So I'm going to start off by just creating a simple text over here so that we can write things down. I'm going to call this website. I'm going to go ahead and call this page settings. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to press Shift A on my keyboard, or you can go right click and you can choose add auto layout. Okay. What auto layout does, it puts this text inside a frame. All right. And you can very easily customize this so that it looks really nice. Okay. So what I mean to say is, for example, let's go ahead and add a fill color. All right. And for now, I'm just going to go and pick this pink color that we have. I'm going to copy this, go to the website, and I'm going to paste that fill color. Okay. And I'm just going to call this tag. Okay. And also I'm just going to go ahead and change the font color to be white. Okay. And just quickly go ahead and make this like a bold color, a bold font weight. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and quickly add these colors to the color palette as well. So this is going to be purple. And then this text is going to be white color. So I'm going to go ahead and call this to be white. Right. And if you come over here, let's go rename this white. And if you come over here, you can actually, rearrange this to your liking. So whatever that is. Okay. And the best thing about auto layout is that you can see that the icon changes and you get these sort of properties over here. And what I can do is I can go ahead and increase the spacing. So the horizontal padding, that is the spacing on the left and right, we can increase that to say something like 25 and something like 24, right? Now I'm just showing you how this feature works. Basically, I'm trying to recreate this section so we can use it multiple times. All right. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, basically what's going to happen is if I want to change this to anything else, you can see that it changes and it maintains that ratio, right? So this is what we want. So we're going to add a lot of information over here, such as what I've added over here. And we're going to go ahead and enter that one by one. So the first thing you're going to do is obviously set up a grid, right? So let's go ahead and do that. Let's actually move this logo outside for a bit. And let's start off by creating the grid. Now, ideally for every website, and I'm going to go ahead and call this website underscore 1440 so that you guys don't get confused. All right. Now, for every website that we have out there, right, that it is falling in a sort of a grid. So the ideal grid is to have a 12 column grid. But what is the size of the columns? What is the spacing of the columns? Like there are so many factors that we need to consider. But before we do that, we need to kind of identify what is the width of our container. Now here in the responsive design, we added this and we defined that this is going to be the size of our container. Now the size of the container is not actually 1440, all right? Because if you look here in the reference, what I've done here is I've gone ahead and added a spacing of 72 pixels on the left, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to start off by creating a small rectangle I'm going to press R on my keyboard. Okay. And I'm just going to go ahead and quickly make this width 72 pixels. Okay. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. Okay. And then I'm going to duplicate this, and this, I'm going to quickly change the color of this so we can kind of differentiate it. This width is actually going to be the size of our container. Now, as you can see, but if you remember, I mentioned that we are not going to add a fixed width. We are not going to add a minimum width. We are going to be adding a maximum width. Okay, which means I cannot define a fixed width for this, but I can set a grid for this. So first of all, I'm going to start off by pressing T on my keyboard and to create a text, and I'm going to go ahead, page padding is going to be 72 pixels, right? I'm going to go ahead and reduce this down to like 20 pixels. Okay, so the page padding is going to be 72 pixels, which means that irrespective of the screen size, the padding on the left and the right is going to be 72 pixels, right? And it is going to push everything else inside over here. Now we can go ahead and add a grid. Now to add a grid, what you can do is you can actually click on the frame, and here you have an option called as layout grid. I'm going to click on the plus icon, and we're going to get different types of grids. Now we're going to go ahead and choose the one that says columns. Okay, and this is the sort of the grid we're going to get. Now I'm going to quickly go ahead and change the color of this so we can see this much better. All right, so we've got a color like this. Great. Now, first of all, we want the count to be 12. So we're going to set a 12 column grid. Now, as you can see, the type is set to stretch, which means it is stretching up the entire width. But the grid is to be used for the inner content. We don't want it on the 72 spacing on the left and 72 spacing on the right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change it from stretch to center. Okay, so now it's going to start from the center. It's not going to touch the edges of the screen. The next thing is to find the gutter. Gutter is the spacing between two columns. As you can see, this spacing is called the gutter. Now, how much do you decide that? Which again is a design decision. You can choose 16, you can choose 8, you can choose 20, you can choose 24, you can choose 32, you can choose 10, 15, 20, any number that you want. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and choose 24. Why? I do not have any logic. It's because I feel 24 is a decent number, which I prefer for my websites. So I'm going to go ahead and set the gutter to 24. And now the only thing left is to go ahead and is to add a width. Now, the only way is to identify the width is to play around with it and go for a trial and error method. But the only things that you need to decide in the beginning are the number of columns, set it to center, and the gutter width. Once you do this, we can go ahead and keep increasing this value until we kind of make sure that it's very close to what we have. So I'm going to go ahead and keep increasing. And now you can see that at 86 pixel width, that this clearly touches the edge of 72. And this is how you are going to go ahead and create your grid. Okay, so if you want, you can actually go ahead and add that information as well. So I'm going to copy this and I'll paste it. And I'm going to say grid gutter is 24 pixels and the grid column is 86. Okay, there we go, 86 pixel. So now let's see how this is supposed to work for other breakpoints. Okay, now one more thing before we check that is to define a max width, because as I told you in my responsive design, I want it to stretch, okay, until a particular point, and then I want it to stop, right? So let's define that number. Okay, so here let's go to my reference, and what I've done here is I've set a max width of 1920 pixels. Okay, so I'm going to go and set that again. Just going to copy this and paste it and call this max width of 1920 pixel. Now you can choose any number that you want. You can even choose 1800, you can choose 1900, you can choose 2100, you can choose any number, but you can restrict it. But let's choose 1920 in this case. Now let's go ahead and duplicate this. Okay, just to kind of explain how this looks, I'm going to go and set this to 1920. Okay, now what I want to do is kind of pay attention to how the grid changes. Now here, I'm going to go ahead and set the width to 1920. Okay, and now you can see that, and obviously we want 72 to be on the left, we want this 72 to be on the right, and we want this column to take up everything else, right? Now, as you can see, the grid is not changing in size, right? It's not adapting. So what we can do is select the grid settings, and here instead of setting the type to center, which means it's fixed. Let's go ahead and set it to stretch. When we set it to stretch, you can see it takes up the entire thing. But what we can do is we can come here to the margin and set that to be 72 because we have defined that margin to be 72. And as you can see, the width becomes automatic, right? So this is what we want to do. And we want to do the same thing over here. Let's select this. Let's select the grid column. Let's go ahead and set it to stretch and set the margin of this to be 72. Okay, so that is how it's going to look. Now, again, let's go to website and duplicate this. And this is going to be the other one, which is going to be website underscore 3840, which is going to be for the 4K resolution. Let's go ahead and set this to 3840. Okay, now here is the problem that we have. Now we actually do not want this grid to take up the entire thing because we said maximum width is going to be 1920 pixels, right? So we don't want it to stretch like this. So what we have to do now is we're going to change this grid from stretch to be center. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and just quickly grab this. Okay. And make this to 1920 pixels. Move this to the center over here. And then we're going to go ahead and set the grid of this to increase. Okay. We can increasing the width. All right. Until it touches the 1920 pixels, and at 138 pixels width, we get this, right? And this is how it's going to look. So if you look at the grid, you're kind of going to understand how it is. So at 1440, we've got this, and at 1920, the grid expands, all right? The grid expands, but it stops expanding at 1920 because we said max width to be 1920, right? Now, the other option could be where you do not change the width at all. So if I were to go ahead and duplicate this, what I can do is this. Let's go ahead and change this a little bit. Then we're going to set this, make a copy of this as well. Let's go ahead and set this to be center. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and press Ctrl+C to copy this layout grid. Okay. Paste it over here, right? And this container is going to be over here and over here. Right? So this is variation 1. Let me just go ahead and quickly put that in. Okay. So I'm going to type in variation 1. Okay. I'm going to blow this up to like 100 pixels. Okay. And down here, this is going to be variation 2. Okay. And the difference is the fact that this is going to be fixed width. Okay, and this is going to be fixed width. All right, sorry, this is going to be fixed width variable. Okay, and this is just going to be fixed width. So as you can see that here the fixed width varies for the 1920 display and it stops, but for over here the fixed, it's just a fixed width, it does not change, right? And let's go ahead and duplicate this as well. And I'm going to go ahead and copy this, and I'm going to delete this layout grid and paste it over here, and go ahead and shrink these, right? So we've got two variations. Which one should you pick? That's your choice. But in our case, we're going to go with variation 1. So this is pretty much how you set up a grid for your website. And once you have this grid layout, you can finally start designing things using this proper grid. So I'll see you guys in the next video.